So, first video of the year. Excuse the mess. Everything's in a bit of disarray at the moment. My boyfriend's moving in with me this weekend, officially. So I'm sort of, yeah, everything's a bit of a mess. Also a bit of a cold, so please excuse that. So I thought my first video of the year it'd be good to do a movie review. Because like I said, that is one thing that I wanted to start doing, was actual movie reviews. And what was the first movie I saw this year? First movie I saw this year was Aquaman. A little bit of history. When it comes to DC, I've never been a big DC fan. I watched the Batman films. I've seen all the Nolan ones. They weren't really my thing. I liked some of the ones in the 90s, the Michael Keaton ones. I even kind of have a soft spot for Batman Forever. But as far as the DCEU is concerned, I have not seen Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, or Justice League, but I have seen Wonder Woman and Suicide Squad. I really liked Wonder Woman. I heard good things about it. I liked the trailer. So I liked Wonder Woman. Suicide Squad, I liked the beginning, or I was sort of into it, and then I completely lost it, and I just couldn't be doing with it. So I didn't really like Suicide Squad. So when it came to Aquaman, I didn't see Justice League, so I didn't know. I knew he was in it, but I didn't know what to expect, because, as I say, DC seems to have a good reputation for doing standalone films, but not so much team-up ones. They seem to be doing everything a bit backwards, in that they introduce Wonder Woman in a sort of in a way in the Batman vs Superman, and then they give her her own movie. And they did the same thing with Aquaman, have him play a part in Justice League, and then give him his own movie, instead of just hinting at that they're going to get the next movie. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I had heard that this movie was good. My boyfriend had already seen it. We went to see it together, and he'd already said that it was really good. So I thought, okay, I do want to see it. And we decided to see it in 4DX, because my boyfriend hadn't seen it in 3D, and he said that it could look really good in 3D. And it does. So initially, I'll get it off the bat, I really liked this film. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the whole film. It gave me what I really want from superhero films. I don't really like the whole sort of grittiness of dark and gritty comic book film or anything. I like a little bit of silliness in my films. I like it to be a little bit really far-fetched but enjoyable. And this one was. It was fun. It was such a fun. But on top of that, it was a beautiful film. I mean, the effects. Normally, I don't pay too close attention to the effects, but you cannot. It's hard to with this film, because Atlantis, I spent a lot of time underwater, so Atlantis and the underwater world is just gorgeous. You know, the effects on this is beautiful. I even said that the night before we'd been playing with a VR set, and I said that what I would love is to watch this film with a VR headset in, so I could feel like I was sort of floating through this world. It is absolutely gorgeous. So that was one thing I really liked. So I'm actually going to talk about what I really liked about the film first, and then I'll say the things that I wasn't fussed on or didn't enjoy. Because there wasn't a huge amount. As I said, I did mostly like the film. And as I said, the effects, yes, the underwater world was beautiful, the effects and everything. The fight scenes, the action sequences are really good. They have some of the one-on-one battles I'm not that fussed on. I've never been that fussed on one-on-one battles. I tend to get a bit bored of them. I like sort of big fight with one person fighting multiple people, or multiple people fighting. I like those type of things. And this one had some really good action. I like the way that it was filmed, because you could actually see that, because of the way that it was done, you could actually see them fight. And it was really well choreographed. There's a fight scene in Italy that was really well done as well. Was really creative. A lot of destruction, but then you'd expect that. And there's this whole big battle in it. Without giving anything away, there is this big battle thing at the end, and the way that is filmed and everything about it is just fun and amazing to look at. I love that whole thing. On top of the effects and the action sequences, I did like the characters. There weren't any characters. I'll get on to one of the ones that I had a few issues with, but for the most part, I thought Jason Momoa was a really good Aquaman. Again, I didn't really know anything about Aquaman, so I didn't know whether he was portraying it. I know that he's sort of been seen as a bit of a comical character. I've got a friend who's got a t-shirt of Aquaman on with it saying "outrageous," which I believe is a Batman Brave and the Bold reference. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So I think he's been seen as a bit of a joke. But they sort of made him... They made him lay back. They made him cool. Jason Momoa is a cool. He comes across as very cool kind of guy, really laid back kind of guy, and he plays it really well here. But whilst also managing to play the more sort of, I don't want to say angstier, but sort of serious moments, but with some witty lines and some good comedy timing and stuff. So I thought he did a really good job. I really liked him in the role. They had some good side characters. The bad guy was, again, sort of a guy in authority. He's got a relationship with Aquaman, so he leads armies and trying to build an army and stuff. Kind of megalomaniac kind of thing. But you kind of see they sort of give him a good justification for why he wants to rise up against the humans, the human world, the surface world. They do give him a good reason. And they do try to sympathise with him at certain points. And they have a good resolution with that as well, which I thought was really done really well. Yeah, there was a surprise and there was a sort of twist at the end that I didn't, I could sort of not see it coming, but when it happened, it was like, okay, I'm not surprised that happened. But I liked it. They had some really nice stuff at the end that really worked. I liked, without spoiling anything, I just liked. The plot itself is nothing amazing or original necessarily, because it's about one guy who's obviously people want him to take the throne, and he doesn't think he's ready, and then he's got to be proven, and they've got to go through a quest and all that stuff. It's nothing. It reminds me a little bit, because of the brother relationship between the two, the villain and the good guy. It kind of reminds me a bit of Thor with Loki, except those two don't have the same relationship. It is very different. But yeah, the plot is. It's nothing too eye-rolling in terms of, at least I didn't think so, in terms of, oh, I've seen this. Some of it is predictable, which I also get onto. But otherwise, I thought the plot was fine. It worked. It went along. I didn't feel like it dragged. Some people have said that because it is quite a long film, it did drag in parts, or you could have cut stuff out. Yes, you could have cut some stuff out. I didn't actually feel like it dragged. I genuinely didn't feel, there wasn't really any points where I was like, oh, come on, when's the ending? When's the epic climax? Where is it? It might have slowed a little bit in parts, but for the most part, I was with it. And I don't have a great attention span. So the fact that it could do that was good. So sort of moving on to the things that I don't want to say, there was nothing in this movie that I really didn't like. I rolled my eyes a couple of times, because they have a female companion that he has that is helping him along, and their relationship is very sort of bantery and snippy at times and stuff, and she's saving him a lot of the time, and of course is still a side character but still doing a lot of that, and that kind of relationship, there was no surprises in that, and it was kind of predictable, but it was also kind of nice. They had some nice moments, so it wasn't that bad. It was actually done well. It wasn't annoying as I was afraid it was going to be, so that was fine. The only character I kind of got why he was there. There's this side henchman character, I suppose, who, because of the beginning, has a personal grudge against Aquaman, and he is basically being hired and used to help the he's called Ocean Master, the brother down below, to take out Aquaman on the surface, because the Atlanteans can't necessarily come onto land. Some can, some can't. It all depends on how they adapt. So he's basically trying to get him, and he's got a personal grudge. But the problem is, the setup for that personal grudge was the most cliched setup. It was like, oh son, let me give you this thing that belonged to your grandfather. I'm randomly deciding to pass it on to you now. Well, you know what's going to happen to him, don't you? Yeah, so that was kind of obvious. And this guy I did not find him that particularly interesting. Again, I kind of got what his part was, but he also had this outfit that he's given this sort of suit that is powerful laser beams and stuff like that, so he can fight Aquaman. Because the guy is just a normal human, and Aquaman is not. He's like a meta-human or whatever. But the outfit, he adapts to his own style. And all I could think of when I was watching this thing fight was, that guy should be in Power Rangers. You know, he looked like, I don't know if anyone knows who the Masked Rider was. He had a whole series who looked kind of like a bug thing, alien, who fought in a suit. He looked like him. And I couldn't take the guy seriously. He had this whole fight scene in Italy where he's fighting Aquaman. That's all good and all, but while I was watching it, I just couldn't take it seriously. I just found it funny. I kept thinking he should be in a Power Rangers episode or something like that, or fighting the Power Rangers, or fighting alongside them. It was, yeah, that I kind of felt a bit, yeah. I just didn't find that bit very interesting, even though I kind of got why it was there. Weirdly enough, there isn't really anything else I can say bad about it, or anything I didn't really like about it. I like the characters, I like the effects, I like the fighting. I liked it. I really liked it. I look forward to watching it again. Again, if you can see it in 3D or in 4DX, it is worth it. The 4DX, you can do without. I mean, the moving around so you feel like you're swimming around and everything is cool, but just seeing it in 3D is really worth it. So if anyone can see it in 3D, I would definitely recommend it. Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. I really enjoyed this film, and I look forward to seeing it. I wouldn't rush out to see it at the cinema again necessarily, despite how much I like the 3D. But I do have a 3D TV, so I can when it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD, I will probably buy it in that. Probably, we'll see. Anyway, I really liked Aquaman. That's my view. So yeah, I hope everybody else enjoyed it as well, those who have seen it. I would like to hear anyone else's view, anyone else's opinion. It has been getting really good reviews, so that's good. So my next review, I have got an idea of what I want to review at the end of January, but I will reveal that at the end of January. So yeah, see you for now.